William Morrow and HarperAudio present They Called Us Lucky. The Life and Afterlife of the Iraq War's Hardest Hit Unit by Ruben Gallego and Jim DeFelice. Read by Ruben Gallego. Collaborator's note read by Stephen Graybill. Dedicated to Michael Grant and Sidney Gallego, my family, Jonathan Grant, and the men of Lima 325. Prologue. Were we in combat? We measure everything in war. The distance to the enemy, the distance to home. Our clothes are measured, our boots. We measure the time before we leave, the time of patrols, the time until we return. We measure ourselves. The one thing that we cannot measure is luck. But luck is the most important factor in war. All the other measurements line up perfectly, and yet not guarantee success or even survival. Without luck in war, we're all dead. That I know in every inch of my body, in every moment's pulse. I lived it as a Marine in Iraq, enduring some of the bloodiest fighting of the occupation. I escaped death 11 times, by my count, all because of luck. I wasn't the only one who was lucky. My whole unit, Lima Company, 3rd Battalion, 25th Marine Regiment, 4th Marine Division, was lucky. I was in 1st Platoon during spring 2005, high tide of the war against America and Iraq. Any conceivable thing had been made into a weapon, and the vast stretches of western Iraq transformed into a triangle of death. Lucky Lima, the media called us. Weeks of combat and not one casualty. Leadership considered us the golden boys, up for anything. Remarkable, considering we were civilian Marines. Members of a reserve unit who, after our early training, met for only a week and a month and a few weeks a year. We were Marines, but we worked civilian jobs and had regular lives, unlike our brothers and sisters in the active duty components of the Corps. We were damn lucky. Good, yes, but also lucky. That was before the measure of our luck ran out, before my best friend Jonathan Grant was killed, before Staff Sergeant Goodwin was killed in Hell House, before the tortured snipers, before the amphibious vehicle I was supposed to be sitting in was destroyed and its occupants burned alive, before we knew that luck ran inversely against time. The longer you stayed in a place, the less luck you had. Time, too, is a measure in war. Its passage teases and seduces, slowing for long stretches, then roaring away when you need it most. Time heals by making you forget, but war is impossible to forget. You wouldn't want it any other way. If you forgot war, you'd forget the brothers who had your back when the bullets flew. You would forget the Bylones, or Taylor, or Mackenzie, the living as well as the dead. You'd forget Grant, his encouragement, his easy laugh, his ability to see you through the precarious promise of luck. You'd forget the candy and beef jerky he carried on patrol. You'd forget how he stole your music, how he helped make you the best Marine you could be. You'd forget Goodwin's American flag bandana. You'd forget Andre Williams' easy smile. So you don't forget. You walk the distance from the U.S. Capitol in Washington to Arlington National Cemetery to remember what the war revealed about yourself. You spend every Memorial Day at church, the one day of the year when you can hear God's voice and He returns the favor. You help friends and strangers with PTSD, only to realize it took hold of you long ago. I say you, I mean me. Your measure of luck may be entirely different from mine. Mackenzie, spring 2007, Phoenix, Arizona. I'm working at a PR firm. Toward the end of the day, I get a call from my friend, Jonathan Mackenzie. I can tell right off from the tone in his voice that he's in trouble. Life and death trouble. Ruben, he asks, were we in combat? Were we in combat? God, were we in combat? Barely 2 years before, Mackenzie and I were Marine grunts in Lima Company 325, members of the 3rd Battalion of the 25th Regiment, a reserve unit that was part of the 4th Marine Division, assigned to patrol northwestern Iraq. We were Lucky Lima.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?